Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Tower of God lovers, enjoyers, and anime haters. Welcome back. I think we can tell that we're reacting to the anime based on the image here. We are at the ending of the newest episode, episode 10, and we are going to see how they changed the ending credit panel. So, let's take a look. Also with me, I have the hairline.
Yep.
Alright, let's see. Oh! Oh! Wait.
The funny thing is that didn't
Wait.
even
This is
happen.
a
Tom hasn't even
spoiler.
seen
Wait,
them.
what the what the fuck?
Wait,
This
the
is a
episode
literal
ended without Tom
spoiler.
seeing them. Go
Wait.
back to the ending of the episode real quick.
Okay,
Like
okay.
where the episode ends, right?
Alright. So this is literally where it ends with him and Jaja like running towards the thing. He didn't meet
Yeah.
anyone yet. Also, side note, I love how he's carrying her. He's being very respectful. And
Yeah.
and she likes it. But yeah, like what the fuck is this shit? This is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Looks cool though, I guess.
You know, it does look cool, but
But it kind of
there's
loses the
more?
there's more.
What? What
Okay.
is
It
this?
kind of loses the hit though because we didn't see this happen in the anime, so it kind of feels like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, like basically like how you said it, it's basically a spoiler.
So there's five, no, six, seven,
Damn.
eight? What? Nine, ten. Wait, okay, wait. Maybe we won't get a new ending, actually. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. There's
No
no
shot
way
there's
with
not a
that
new
many.
ending.
Yeah, with that many panels, though, there's no way, like, we're probably gonna get a new opening, but they might keep the ending for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way we could fill up all those panels in 2 episodes, right?
But at the same time, that's not enough for, the remaining 12
Yeah,
or
I
however
know it's
many
not
episodes
it's
are.
not the rest for it's not enough for the remaining of the season, but it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be more than 2 episodes. So basically, me and Adrian are trying to figure out like when are they going to change the opening? Now, from what you told me, you said they're going to change it midway, so like
Yeah.
after
Hmm.
episode
I think
12.
that was confirmed at some point. I think I was reading something on Reddit. Someone said it was
Yeah,
confirmed. I could be wrong though.
I mean, because realistically speaking, also logically, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could see that the Hand of Ireland is pretty much the last thing they show here too
In
in
the opening,
the
yeah.
opening. So it's like
Yeah, the opening takes us through the entire story, the entire first half of the story.
yeah. So it's like we
Hmm.
got to change the opening. I don't think they'll keep it for the second half either, but
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Hmm.
regardless, yeah. This ending is weird cuz there's a lot more panels than I thought. I thought there was going to be like 4 or 5 more max. We
Hmm.
got like fucking 10 or some shit. But either way.
Yeah.
So,
Weird.
we're here to talk about what we thought of the episode, how was it, and we're here to compare it to the original and I think definitively at this point better source material, the manhwa. So, everyone strap in. We're going to start with my opinion. So, what did I think of the episode? You know, a lot of this, for the most part, we've basically run the course of a lot of the cut and paste stuff. Like, overall, we know now with very high certainty, near 99%, like Purell hand sanitizer, that this is pretty much how it's going to be moving forward, right? There's going to be low quality scenes. I think they can't do fighting. I think certain stuff they do actually do decently well. And I think some stuff like that happened in this episode, but that's par for the course for animation. For anime, this is literally like the bare minimum I expect you to do and you better do. Because if you don't do this right, then you're just ruining the show. So some of the things I think they did right, there was different scenes here, especially right here in the tower where they were kind of talking to Bomb. They were talking about Horiang, which they call Tarask, and they were playing music in the background of it, and I thought the music was really helping the mood. Like the mood felt really good. Now, sadly, that's only one part of the puzzle that we've always talked about when it comes to anime. We want good fight scenes too, because if there's good other stuff that you can't have in the manhwa in the manga, like you obviously can't animate stuff and you can't hear music unless you're playing it yourself, right? These things the anime can sort of supplement and add a new layer to that can't be there originally, because if they don't add this stuff, what the fuck is the point, right? At that point, just read the manga. It's better, it's more detailed, it looks better, which we've shown and we're probably going to show this episode too. It's like a
Hmm.
lot of the things that they should be doing that the anime is literally for, right? The parts you have to get right that justify it being an anime, aside from just telling the story, they're kind of somewhat doing again with the ambiance, with the whole mood, with the sound. That stuff is pretty decent, honestly. Like some of the songs, I was like, damn, this shit sounds pretty good. But just the visuals are just lacking, man, and it blows my fucking back out more than the Gay Mafia. So either way, this episode obviously we made to the Hand of Arlen. I don't even know if I could show this, but it's in the show, so we got some bare boobies there. Obviously statue, so it's okay. Maybe that's a man. We don't know if that's a man. We haven't asked them how they identify, so either way, we saw one of my favorite girls, Jaja. I love Jaja. And for those of you who are keen in this episode, you actually know a little bit more than you should. Because there's going to be a reveal with her soon. And again, if you're a keen listener and you're anime only, they kind of did reveal something. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, look back at the episode and really listen into what they're saying. Because one specific thing at the end showed it. But regardless, the episode was pretty mid, I would say. I don't think it was terrible, but again, we're always grading, as Adrian says, on a curve. So it's like I've come to expect this shit. The fight scenes were alright, but they really weren't. Like some of the fights were kind of just it looked like they were reusing scenes, especially in the Rand fight with Horiang here. I compare it, even though I think one of them is kind of worse. I always compare it to Record of Ragnarok animation, at least season one, and it's probably not as bad. It's probably a little bit better than Record of Ragnarok, sadly, but it's still not great. Like, there's some cool points, but again, as we've shown in the manhwa, the Shinsu and stuff just looks cooler in the manhwa most of the time. Like, some of these fucking attacks in here look like fucking shit. Like, I'm gonna show this one too at the end, but I don't know if I can even like get it as the freeze frame, but there's an attack that I think Kasano did to Ran, and it just looked terrible. But either way, like, look at this shit. I'm gonna play this really quickly for everyone. So this attack, it looks cool, but then it just kind of falls flat on its face, right? It's just like a big thing. This looks whatever compared to the mono, of course. And then this, right? We're expecting to see, and again, if I was the director, I know exactly how I would do this. You would like maybe slow-mo it, you'd see like the thing traveling, and you'd add epic music, you'd look at their face shots, you'd look at their surprise. Look what happens. He throws it, we don't see it getting thrown, we don't see it moving, and the next scene is just in him. I mean, it's cool, right? But, it could have been cooler. And it's like, okay. So again, the fight scenes kind of fall flat on their face. I did see a lot of misaligned eyes and just other laziness. But there's nothing as egregious as this. You know what I'm about to show, Adrian?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Bruh, when I saw this, I almost vomited. I was like, there's no way. Where the fuck was this shit? Was it in the beginning?
No idea.
I forgot what he has the flashback.
Oh man, where is it? If we don't find it's there. I think we found it. Wait, is it? No. There's two flashbacks. There's one in the beginning and there's one later, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna try to find this one. Because when I saw this, this literally epitomizes like what the anime does sometimes. And it's like, bruh, this was disgusting. Let's see, I think it's with when Bomb is like over here.
Yeah, later when Bomb is leaving.
So let me see. Yeah,
there.
Here it is.
Okay, we're here.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys.
Look at this image. I'm gonna full screen this for y'all. What happened to Rack? That's the first thing I saw. Like, bro, Rack looks terrible. And again, right? If you pick out certain scenes in a lot of anime and you freeze frame it and you kind of like, dissect it more than they meant you to, right? Because real time watching this, it's not that long, but that's where you're wrong, because this one wasn't that short either. Like, again, if you freeze frame certain things, obviously some things aren't going to look good because they do it quickly, but look at this shit. Look how long this is. Decent couple seconds, right? Decent, it's not too quick. You have enough time to really look, and it's like, bruh, they should have made it quick. They should have not shown this long. They should be ashamed that they're showing this long. Like, what the fuck? But, I guess they wanted to use more of their budget and more of their resources on the fights, but the fights weren't even that good.
It looks so clunky. I feel like they would have been better off if they just copy-pasted the season 1 art of that scene and just like, okay, this is what happened. This is a flashback. Just use season 1 because their art's better.
Yes. Like, it's so bad.
And it's free.
Uh-huh. But anyway, yeah, so pretty much, like, some parts they did do okay. Other parts were just not, like, they were just not that good, man. So
Mm-hmm.
again, I'd say pretty much because again, a lot of the ambiance, a lot of the feeling and the music is good. Like the story part, they do good because it's a good story, right? They're getting carried by the fact that it's naturally good. It's not the anime doing it good; it's the fact that it's naturally good, and they're not terrible, right? Like there's a lot of points where they zoom in where Kun looks really good. You know, I love Kun, right? And his facials look really good. But again, comparing it to the manhwa, obviously it's hard to do it in animation form, sure, but it's mainly just the fight scenes. You know, same old shit, same old shit. Not much is different. But I did like the sounds of the episode. The music was pretty good. Excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much my shit. Yeah, like, look at this shit. This is the one I was trying to find. Look at this shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's all right, but it's like, what the hell? Like, bro. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was decent fighting, but they really just don't know how to choreograph. Like, they don't know how to choreograph.
Yeah.
They're not animating it too well, and it is what it is. More just stuff we already know if you keep up with the series. So that's pretty much it.
Yep.
I thought it was mid, and it's literally only saved by the fact that like you know there's times where they do other stuff besides combat decently well. And I want to show one more thing that I enjoyed, which is right when Rand fucks up the lighthouse and Kun looks at it because I thought this was pretty funny. Where the
Mm-hmm.
fuck was it? Either way, while I find it, you could say your piece.
Okay, yeah. Picking off where you left off, with the fight scenes, I feel like they're changing stuff in the fight scenes too, just to make it easier to animate, and it still looks bad.
Uh huh.
Um, I don't know. It's weird. There's something about like the fight scenes just aren't the way I imagined them in the anime, and I'm wondering if it's because they changed them or if it's because they couldn't animate them properly or something like that. Because with most story elements or at least conversations and stuff like that, they've kept it pretty good,
Except
and they've even
skipping
added a few
massive
things here and
shit.
there. Yeah, and skipping massive portions. Yeah, sure. There was that one thing where we missed Leroro during one of
The
the
bath
episodes.
scene. The
It was like a
bath
whole
scene.
chapter, the bad scenes. Yeah, they skipped a lot of stuff. When they're not skipping things, they're following the story. They follow it pretty
Oh, here it
decent,
is.
right?
Here it is. I found it.
Oh yeah, that was good. Honestly, when their art is not supposed to be good, they do a good job, which is
Because they're
funny.
copying the manga.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, fight scenes just don't look the way
They
they should,
should.
or how I imagine them. Like Rand's lightning is probably the best example. It looks really awkward to me.
It looks like piss.
It doesn't look like how I would imagine it. Like when Quattro was using his fire, it looked weird to me. Like it just didn't feel like Shinsu, I guess. I don't know. There's
Mm-hmm.
something off about it. And
Mm.
yeah, just all the episodes that have fight scenes feel like they're like it's hard to just enjoy the episode and sit down and enjoy it because like the fight scenes just feel so off that like you can't really like have fun, I guess. I don't know. It
Detracts
all
from
comes
it.
down to like the immersion, right? Like when we
Yeah.
have a normal episode where they're just talking and doing things, like you get
They're
to see the people
immersed.
hanging out. It's pretty cool. You got like the minor animation issues with the eyes and things here and there, but like you're pretty chilling. Like you're like just enjoying the story for what it is. But when the fight scenes come up, it's supposed to be like a big thing, but it comes out so poorly that it like takes away from it, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it doesn't meet the threshold for like what a fight scene should be, and it just seems like all these fight heavy episodes. It's just like I wish there was just more conversation instead, right? Like why don't they just talk it out instead of fighting? It
Why
would
don't
make
they
the anime more
change it?
enjoyable because the fight scenes just aren't good. And it's kind of
Wow.
sad because we have some really good fights coming up in the season. If they're gonna
They're gonna
do what they're gonna
ruin
do,
it. They're
then
gonna
it's ruining everything. I
ruin
mean, they already like the first time we saw this is when they ruined the love
love
fight, and we
fight,
saw
yeah.
that. We saw the anime panels, we saw the manhwa panels, and there's just so much more detail that they skipped and everything. And we thought, okay, maybe they're just trying to like meet
Save
the
the budget,
deadlines and they're
yeah.
trying to save time or whatever. But I think like after what we've seen now, it's just there's no more excuses. It's just that they can't do it, I think. And yep, it's just the way it is. But yeah, I think all in all, this was a pretty mid episode because it did have some good parts. I liked Shia. Her whole
Yes.
thing. Every time she's on screen, I was happy, I guess. Mostly
Happy in
because
the
I guess she doesn't
pants.
fight either, so it's mostly like conversational type stuff.
Yes.
But I like the whole mystery around her. I like this image we're seeing right now. That was pretty good. I
Yeah.
also feel like the animators go pretty weird on like more dark scenes, because Tower of God has a tendency to have like random instances of like dark scenes. Maybe not so random, but like sometimes unexpected dark things, like when Nia died, and uh
a lot of
well,
brutality. A lot of
yeah,
brutality.
and like season one where Ho just like stabbed himself straight up, like that was some dark stuff. And I think they did it pretty good in season one, but in season two, it seems like they're kind of like pulling their punches a little bit when they should be going in more, because this is something that like they can do, right? Because this isn't like a fight scene or anything.
Yeah.
It should be something that they should be doubling down on to make it look better, or like make the emotions hit harder, and it just doesn't feel that way. And I was thinking about like how Kun was attacked by the assassin, and he just
Snake
kind of
Man.
stabbed him, and that was pretty cool. But then immediately afterwards, he knocks him out, so it just felt like kind of weird.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
show what actually happens.
we're gonna check the panels, and I'm pretty confident Kun murders them, or if I'm not mistaken. So, um, yeah, it's just stuff like that where it just seems like, why did they make the change? If they did, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out.
We gotta
But
see.
even
Yeah,
if that wasn't the case, just like instances where
it looks darker.
it gets darker, they kind of skip through. Like the one scene with Nia where Nia got killed by a lurker, like that scene was dark in the manhwa. Like you really see like a lot. Well, you don't really see, but I guess you hear. You're reading it. You don't really hear it either, but you know what I mean.
It's the
And
whole
like you
like
mentioned,
feeling.
the
It's the
anime is
theme.
supposed to add to this sort of stuff, right? Because now you
Yeah,
have sound, now you have like music and stuff like that, and they kind of they're missing their
they
opportunity to
shit
make things
themselves.
better. And going on the theme that you started with this episode, I think it's really good. It's like, what's the point of watching the anime now? You know, if they're not hitting those things,
Yeah,
you should just read the manhwa. It's just so much better.
yeah. I mean, there's some people who like me don't like
Mm-hmm.
reading, who can't read because we're stupid. So it's like
Yeah,
having it in animated form ultimately is good. But
it's more
again, right?
digestible.
We always say there's two ways to view this. There's anime
Mm-hmm.
only, and then there's manhwa readers as well. Manhwa readers are pretty much disappointed. Anime onlys are pretty much okay. Like we're in two
Yeah.
separate boats, and that's sadly it's fine because ultimately this isn't for us. It's for you guys. Like it's for anime onlys. It's really not for us because we can't
Mm-hmm.
enjoy this shit. But you know, ultimately, it just hopefully helps us more as manhwa readers because it gives SIU more money, which hopefully makes a better product, and then hopefully later on gives it more popularity, which means a better animating studio, which means a better anime. So I can't see things necessarily getting worse from this. Hopefully, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's the same shit. We say the same shit every time, but that's pretty
Yep.
much it.
True.
Does that round out your opinions for the episode?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah. So the part that's unique that we do that I don't think anyone else does, but I'm not sure because I don't care what anyone else does. We're gonna review the manhwa. So going off of last time, I couldn't go past this part, but this is when Kun just comes back after Horyang leaves, and you know they call him Teddy Bear, whatever, right? They never say that in the anime, sadly. And then this is where I couldn't show this part because it was a big spoiler. Either way, again, right? Obviously, the manhwa has its own different style, and I've said this multiple times, but it's weird, but I like it more. Like, I like the way this looks more than the anime. The anime doesn't necessarily look bad, though. But it's like the
Mm-hmm.
manhwa has its own charm and, like, its own style. Like, look, the lighthouse definitely looks better 100% in the anime. But the whole colors and the way it's put together... Like, look, it's so cheap, too. Like, they did the same shit. It's so cheap, but like it's really really nice, but this was a little different. Jaja isn't petting like an animal when we first see
Mm-hmm.
her. But you know, he basically does the same thing, and then we see the cat go away. Again, more details, right? It goes a lot quicker, I feel like, in the manhwa, but like Jaja is so fucking cool, man. I love her. She's so cute. But either way, you know, she says, "Yeah, you gotta go there," you know, and we know something's a little weird, but so Horiang goes. He's going to the Hand of Ireland. There's a little trap there. The golems come in. We see two giant fists instead of one, right? So
Mm-hmm.
already double the action. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, they're
think the
already skimping
fists,
on combat scenes.
yeah, I think the fists look better too, right? Just a lot of things are just better, man. Here we have Kun and Novik and them. You know, they're going through the whole shit and they're figuring out what's going on. They're seeing the traps. Ran is being oddly disobedient because Ran in the manhwa, I think we see more of him, which leads to us getting a better idea of him. But in the manhwa, he's very reserved, and in the anime, he's a little bit more like I don't want to necessarily say outgoing, but he's a lot more like
Yeah.
rambunctious,
Oh,
I
so
would
go up a
say.
little bit. I feel like they did the scene much better in the manhwa too, where Ran attacks the lighthouse because the combat looks so clunky. It didn't really look like Ran hit it by accident, but he was aiming for Novik and he swings and the lighthouse is right behind him, which hits the lighthouse and breaks it.
Yeah, in the anime, it looks like he literally just went for the lighthouse.
Yeah, it looked really strained, but like here you can see like he did like a quick swing, Novik dodges, boom, he hits the lighthouse, and then there it goes.
Yeah, it looks again. It looks way better. Yeah.
And there's like this awkward moment where they see that they just broke it.
Yeah, and they're like, oh shit. Yeah, look at Kuhn's face.
Yeah,
He's like,
and here
oh,
they did it pretty
hell?
much 1-to-1, which is good. I mean, that's what you want to see.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say the manhwa looks better every single time, because there are parts where it's like, I personally think it's whatever. Right. But it never dips below a certain quality like the anime does. Like, here, I would say this kind of looks whatever, right? Like, you have to use your imagination for it. Again, this is where the anime should have picked up the slack, but it's not terrible here either. You could kind of, like, fill in the blanks with your imagination, but... Anyway, we see, you know, they come in, they're throwing shit at him. This looked terrible in the anime, by the way. When they threw it at him, it was coming at him from, like, an entirely weird, different direction than how it was hitting him. It was so weird looking. Either way, look at how epic this looks. You see Ran with his, like, curved fucking hook, and he's just standing there. Like, this shit's epic. Dude, look at him. Look at how he looks in here. Like, this shit looks so cool. And then he's asking, you know, what's up? And then that's basically it for that. So again, chapter, definitely better. Either way, we see Bomb being, like, depressed. You know, they're having their little plan. And then we see, you know, we go back to Rand doing his shit. He's calling him fat. Like, look, this alone looks way cooler. And they could have done this, right? I don't remember them doing this. Instead, in the anime, they, like, reused the same scene almost twice, like, verbatim. But not verbatim. It was a little bit different, but... It just looks cooler, man. It looks cooler. There's a cross slash here. You know, in the fucking anime. Okay, so he does this. This looks pretty cool, too. It's like an after image. Like, what the hell? I'm not going to say they did it bad in the anime. They did it pretty well because he was fast as shit.
That was okay.
Like, it was alright him moving. But, you know, giant fist, pretty cool. And then, you know, Rand tries to stab him. Look at how much cooler this looks. Like, in the anime, he just pummeled him like it was a JoJo's episode. Like, he was just sitting in the same place punching him. And here you could see he's moving around and then he's about to, like, do, like, a finishing combo move, right? Now, here's the massive one. You know, this looks, again, way better than the manhwa. Giant explosion. All right, he had the shield, though. He's smoking. You know, pretty the same. Not too bad. But then we see it. The glaive from Novik. Honestly, I think the anime one looks better. Like, Novik's weapon in the anime glows and everything, and I like that. Either way, we keep going. You know, this is where, oh my god. Oh my god, her hair was undone, Adrian, and we didn't get that.
They missed out on it,
Wow. She looks so much cuter! Dude, I love Goseng so much. She looks like an office lady here. And then obviously we have Missang who's in her PJs or whatever. And you can see, like, in the anime, I actually couldn't tell if Goseng was sleeping or not. Here, it's very obvious. Like, it's extremely obvious here. So again, pretty one-to-one, except ironically enough, I think Bomb was on the left instead of the right. And Missang wasn't in her, like, PJs. So, you know, more shit. Oh my god, and in the anime, they had them sleeping together. In the manga, it was separate. In the manga, she just went back to bed. And then obviously here, we don't have a flashback where they look ugly as fucking sin, so thank God for that.
Yeah, which means they added that for nothing.
Yeah, they added it and they made it worse. Yeah. Like, I'll give them that, right? They made the attempt, which is, again, what we want and what they should do. You should add little pieces that weren't originally there, but you have to make it good. Like, you know what's crazy? I think they had nothing to go off of, so they like had to make it themselves. They couldn't trace the lines or anything.
It's crazy, man. There's just so many instances where it just feels like they haven't read or they don't understand what's going on in the manhwa or something.
Honestly. But either way, here we're saying, like, Arc Raptor's like, you know, he has his own path, and Bomb is like, no, you know, he's like me, even though Bomb didn't say it. Bomb definitely feels like, you know, Horyang is kind of going through what Bomb went through. And now Wang Nung comes in, he's like, all right, you know, we gotta help him out. And look at this shit, right? This wasn't in the or in the anime, but we have little cute faces with I was about to say Kun. With Wangnan and with Prince, right? They did the Kun one, which was nice, but why didn't they do the rest of them? And then we see here that Yeon's here, Yiwa, Yeon. And
They're all
ironically
wearing
enough, we
coats
didn't
too.
we didn't see Prince though. I don't
No,
think
Prince is there.
popped
Prince
up.
was right there.
Wait, where? Where did he pop
Right
up?
there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm stupid, yeah.
The way this thing all shook up was a little different too, but it's not too different where it really matters.
Then we see again more details, right? He's remembering his teammates right now, Dan, Michael, and the chicken.
Yeah, you were wondering why Dan wasn't there when we were watching the episode. And
and they never explained it.
To you.
They never explain it in the anime, but here they tell them, right? So we see Dan's in charge of Rachel sitting. Michael is the doctor, so he's taking care of the bird who has the bird flu. Yeah. And, it makes more sense, right? Again, things are just better, man. They're just better. But either way, now Nova comes in. They're still fighting. They're still fucking. Asano calls them in, and, he's going over there. Again, this just looks better. Ran looks a lot better in the manhwa, for sure. Like, it's a different sort of look. He looks more chibi, but more serious at the same time. I feel like his look in the anime is more copy-paste cookie cutter. And you could see here, too, that Ren is definitely, like, the strongest one here. Because he's constantly, like, these things are being shown, right? These little details where he's going faster than Novik. Like, he's going ahead, he's doing these things. They did show it slightly in the anime with him, going on ahead, taking care of the traps. But he also made, like, this face like he was making fun of them. And again, it seemed like he was more a kid. In the anime, he's more immature. In the manhwa, he's more mature. And it's a different sort of style, just not only as he acts, but also like the way he looks too. He looks very unique in the manhwa. Either way,
the statue looks different too.
I was about to say it looks like they actually turned up the sexuality in the anime, which honestly I'm fine with. Sex sells. You need to show some titty, show some fucking titty. But here, amazing panel, amazing scene. You have the lighting and everything, which I don't think they could do fully. But yeah, he slaps him, he whips him on the back, which we did see.
That scene skipped though. They just kind of hit him in the back. I think in this one, Horyang turns before he gets hit.
Yeah. Also, Ren looks a little fat here.
Little chunkers, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a little fat boy there, but he's not. He's definitely not fat. But either way, we see Kasano, Beniamino, and he kind of clears everything up.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the animators understood that Rand's weapon is a hook and not a whip, even though it can be used like a whip, but it's like
it's more hook-like.
It's a different sort of weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can change shape, but at the end of the day, it's like a hook.
Yeah, they changed the look a little bit.
It's the green April. It's an equivalent to the green April, or basically like the base version of a green April.
Yeah, it looks like a fish hook.
Yeah.
Either way, here, we do get these scenes in the anime as well, but it looks so much better here. I swear to God, it looks so much better. That could be a personal thing though, but still. Here, obviously, he got, or so we think, from Snake Man. Mom comes in here, he's discussing with Jaja, and then she still wants money. And then we go back to this shit, so same shit. Again, look at the lighting. This looks a lot cooler, because it's like grayscale, except you see his eye and his wing, and that's it. Like, a lot better use of the colors. Then, obviously, they're fighting. So, he punches the fuck out of Ren, and then, fucking Novik tries to do shit. And this was another issue I had. In the anime, he kind of just flew upward. Like, it really looked like, again, Record of Ragnarok, just like stop motion animation, where it's like they froze frame and they just moved the characters, but with like no animating. It was really weird. This looks fucking crazy, by the way. Like, you can see his hand is igniting a little bit. They didn't really do that shit in the anime. But again, things are a lot better in here than there. We have the snake guy, obviously. And then Kun is like, yo, what the fuck you doing? I'm smart, you're not. This is when Kun is cool. We can actually see the dent here, by the way. I don't know if that was that was in the anime, but I couldn't tell. But here you can see the actual armor is dented. And here, you see Kun shanking him. And they did show it in the anime, but they could have made it a little bit better. Like, I think if they got the same voice actors for Kasano and Horyang to do the screaming again from last episode for this guy, it would have been a lot better. Like, this guy should have started just screaming like, ah, ah. Like, he should have been, like, in pain, but he kind of just was like, ah, no. Like, it was, like, a lot quicker, right? But either way, you can see he's crying, right? Like, he's begging for his life. He's still trying to be a snake.
Word. Dude, when he got stabbed, it was like That was it. Like, immediately he started talking as if, like, he wasn't in pain anymore. Like, dude, you just
Yeah.
got stabbed and you're talking to this guy, like,
Yeah,
just
and
answering his
here,
questions so casually.
yeah, and then here, right? Kun says like, okay, well, you've exhausted your usefulness. Now you should die, right? So it's a
Mhm.
lot more darker in the text, and then he calls him stupid after allegedly he kills him. In the
Yeah.
anime, this could still technically be ambiguous because we don't
Mhm.
know 100% for sure, but we kind of can tell he's probably
Yeah.
fucking dead. In the anime, we
Yeah.
know he knocked him out. Like we know he didn't really go the extra mile here.
Right, but he, like, planked him and I don't know, you see, like, the blood coming out and everything.
Yeah, like
It's just,
it's
like, these darker moments are just done weird. Like, I was thinking of another one too where they kinda fumbled the bag. Do you remember when Arc Raptor was, attacking the old lady with, like, the rings or whatever, and,
yeah,
like, he stabbed her through the hand? Like, that
yeah,
was much darker in the manhwa too. Like, he
yeah.
told her to, like, shut up or whatever
So,
after he stabbed her.
oh yeah. So another thing they did here, right? We actually, I mean, maybe they mentioned it before, but it's a good thing the manhwa does this, right? So it kind of specifies. Also, number one, Rand looks amazing here. Rand looks absolutely magnificent. But number two, Rand says, "I'll throw the spear," right? In the anime, he just says, "Let's swap," but we don't know to what, right? So if you
Mhm.
forgot their positions, this provides another layer of, oh, Rand's gonna be the spear bearer now.
Yeah.
But either way, they're doing the same shit. Like, what the fuck is happening here, bruh? You also hear the move, right? Heyo style Crimson Soul Fist. We don't get the names. And look at how much cooler this shit looks, bruh. Like,
Yeah, this
what
one
the
comes
hell?
from him, whereas, like, the other one, he projected it, like, outwards. It was weird the way that it
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah, but either
Like, he
way.
shot the orb at him.
And we never
Dude,
hear this in the anime.
yeah.
Mashini style.
And look at the spear that he's setting up
Like,
here
that
as
shit
well.
is big, bruh. Like, look at that shit. So they did try and copy it a little bit because he did make the same, like, move. But
Mhm.
and then we got the side whip. But look, there's like wind things, everything. Like it looks way fucking cooler. And they added sound effects. I don't even think they added a sound effect. They should have added like a lightning crack or
Yeah, they
something.
just jump cut to him it being, like, piercing him. It was I don't know.
Yeah, it's so
It's just
dumb.
off.
It's so
Mhm.
dumb. But either way, I think the chapter's pretty
It's
much
probably
gonna
our
end
last
in the middle
chapter.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait, hold
Jaja,
on.
what?
Shia has her hood off here.
Oh yeah, wow, she does. So I was trying to look out for it. I don't know if I missed or not, but I'll kind of just reveal the story here. So, in the anime, the snake guy reveals, like, oh yeah, the girl with the ears, with the bunny ears, kind of like, told us, like, hey, kill anyone, right? And in the
Mhm.
whole anime, we don't know who has the bunny ears, but in the manhwa here, it's plain as day who has them. And for a second, they revealed it in the anime. But again, they're
Mhm.
kind of changing it because Jaja's trying to keep it a secret in the anime.
Yeah.
They
I'll
came
give the anime
loose.
+1 for that
Yeah, they tried to
because
do a
I
little
like
bit
that.
different. Yeah. Like
Mhm. I
it's
like that
making the
change.
viewers who pay attention know something.
Mhm.
But either way, I think we kind of have to stop here. We're going a little bit
Yeah,
past
that's
where
it.
we're at. Yeah, but yeah, that's basically the comparison. Again, same old, same old. Mono was better. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's pretty much the opinions that we've had. More of the same usual. You have anything else to add, Adrian, for the ending here?
Um Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame, I guess. We gotta go through more of this too. There's so much more to look through.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but it is cool to kind of like I like this sort of comparison part because it's cool to just see like how it was back then because I forget often what these things look like.
Oh
Like off
yeah.
the top of my head, like I don't remember everything.
Yeah, I actually wanted
Uh,
to say this a couple times in the episode, but I kept forgetting. So I just got to a huge part in One Piece, right? I got to a very, very big part in One Piece.
mhm,
And One Piece is a very long running anime, right? Like I'm at, episode almost 1,100. And this shit animation wise, obviously they reuse shit. Like I have my own separate issues with One Piece animation, but we're covering Tog. We're not a One Piece channel. We're like I don't even know what kind of
not
channel I
yet.
really am. Yeah, not yet. We'll see, right? Yeah, if there's a demand, we're the suppliers. But either way, I'm watching One Piece, and the animation in that shit. Obviously, it's a longer running show, so that's a detriment. Like they do have to spread things out, and they do have to reuse a lot of things. But at the
Mhm,
same time, they're very successful, so they also have a lot of money to burn because it is Toei. But it's like,
mhm.
bro, after I see something like that, right, where I see the fights in there, and I come back here and then I see this. It's like this is like it's not even like triple A. It's not double A. It's like single A. It's like, what the fuck is this shit, bruh? It's not S tier. It's not A tier. It's like B to C tier. It's like, it's so sad going from like modern anime that have like good budgets, good studios, and then seeing this because it's almost like a detriment. Like it's setting up to fail, even though it's not, thankfully. But it's like, man, like what is this? It just gets me so sad because I see what One Piece is doing, right? And again, there's a lot of nuance to this topic, but it's like I see great animation and then I come back here and it leaves a sour taste in my mouth, especially when, and again, the source material isn't anything crazy yet, but they
like
could
art
be
wise,
doing
right?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just even choreographed. Like the fights aren't going
Uh-huh.
stupid mode yet, right? There's nothing big happening. Like it's
Right.
just kind of quick hand to hand, or like they throw an ability or two, or that's the end of it, right? Where I'm at in
Mm-hmm.
One Piece, it's like a very long fight. But even though it's long and they repeat a lot of stuff, the good parts of the fight are choreographed insanely well. Like you're not going to see these moves anywhere else. But
Mm-hmm.
either way, it's just like, man, it just sucks that it's not going to be able to compete with like the Titans. It's
Yeah.
so sad. But again, hopefully for the future, the biggest thing is we can get either a new animation studio or this one gets its head out of its ass and actually gets good. You know, no disrespect to them. I just think they're doing okay, but it's like, man, why did the Tog have to get stuck with them, man? What the fuck? But
Yeah.
you know, hopefully in the future we get Mappa, we get Ufotable, we get maybe even Toei, honestly. But you know, who knows? Hopefully for the future it just gets better. But we're kind of just at the slump right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah, I'd
But
be cool if they brought back the old one too. I kind of like the way they did things. Their fight scenes were pretty simple, but like they didn't take anything away from the story. You know what I mean? Like they were still
but they did change shit, which is what a lot of
they did
fans like
change stuff.
Azul were angry at.
Yeah.
Shout out to Azul.
Uh yeah, I guess it's like you
It's a
don't really know
mixed
what you got
bag.
till it's gone, right?
Yeah.
Because now we see how much better the previous one was than this one. Now that we've
Yeah.
seen them like side by side.
So
And I
yeah.
always liked the art style. I always got mad at people who said the art style in season one was bad. Like
It's
it wasn't
simple.
like high tier quality, but it was unique. You know what I mean? It had
Yeah.
its own thing. Like you didn't really see anything else repping that sort of art style, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, either
Um,
way,
yeah.
that's gonna be our opinions. You know, please tell us if you enjoyed. Please tell us if you want more. Even though we're probably gonna do the whole thing because we're locked in, right? We're in the roller coaster ride for the full
Yeah,
way.
we're gonna see it through.
Yeah, but you know, tell us what you think. You know, do you like the anime more? Do you like the manga more? Manhwa, manga. You know, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Either way, that's it. And watch me at Twitch TV /Technics channel.